I'm Paul Caswell from Weave the People. And during the day, we build software to help people wake up to the moment and turn up with their authentic selves. But tonight, I'm going to talk about the buzz that's happening here in Chicago, happening here in 1871. I'm going to share 4 stories: 2 Greek gods, scientists in Switzerland, some music in Manchester, and my own story about what brings me here to Chicago. This is Kronos, the Greek god of time, the god of sequential time, the god of the past and the future. Kronos is running this show. Every 15 seconds, the slide is going to change. There is another Greek god, and that is Kyrios, which is the god of this moment, the indeterminate moment. Kyrios lets us know when spring is in the air, and lets us know when it's time for the tide to change. Scientists in Switzerland, this is a 15th century clock in Bern that inspired a mathematician who was working at a patent office, looking at various devices for measuring precise time. He saw a few flaws in this. He started questioning what is time, and proved that time is relative. There is no time out there. In Einstein's own words, if you put your hand on a burning stove for a minute, it feels like an hour. And if you spend an hour with a pretty woman, it feels like a minute. What does this mean to us? If time is not out there, where is it? Try this next time you're running for a meeting. Maybe time is something that happens within us, something that we create. This is an epic story. This is a legendary concert that happened when the Sex Pistols came to Manchester. It is a monumental moment in music history. I just got 3 of my favorite words in one slide. Manchester reminds me a lot of Chicago. Back in the early 70s, there were no record deals done in Chicago. You consider in Manchester, you consider it the flyover city. But that was to change on the 4th of June, 1976. An amazing concert. Thousands of people claimed that they were at this concert. There was actually between 30 and 40. People were moved. When the concert was over, they headed for that door with a sense of purpose and a sense of belief that they too could do something like this. And many of them did. Morrissey was at the concert, went on to found the Smiths. The Buzzcocks, they organized the concerts, huge punk band. The Fall, Simply Red, Factory Records, New Order. The New Order guys, they went out and bought guitars the next day, started Joy Division late in New Order. I was not at the concert, I was only 10, but I was at Hacienda a few years later, still feeling the aftermath of this belief that we could do this part of this collective creative expression. I left Manchester and I left my 20s. And I arrived here in Chicago in '96. And after the initial shock of my nostrils freezing, I realized that this was a city I could be successful in. And sure enough, professional success followed. But I still wasn't sure what I was doing here. And I fortunately found Philosophy Institute. I'd say hi to JP, founder of the Philosophy Institute on Division Street. And I started to find some wisdom that I could truly call my own. Philosophy mixed with spirituality. When I read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, I saw him at Congress Theater in 2004. I saw him again this year at Wisdom 2.0. He has an amazing ability to bring the audience into this moment. I'm going to quote from this scene. There is only one moment, and eternity is within this moment. And this moment, God is asking us, do you want to be one with eternity? And time is simply us saying, no thanks, not just yet. And our journey is about moving from no to yes I accept, to yes I embrace. All these came together to give me my own understanding of time. Eternity is not past and future, but it is in this moment, as Shakespeare says, in eternal lines to time. As well as understanding time, I do now know why I'm here on this planet, and I know why I'm here tonight. And it's a little embarrassing for me to put myself out and share it with you, but I'm going to do this now. My mission is to create an epidemic of awe. And I can only do it in this moment. And I cannot create an epidemic in isolation. So I'm hoping there's some people in the audience who can say yes with me to this moment and say yes, that now is our time. Any yeses? Yeah.